So children, in this video we will see how to carry forward the practical of titration. So one of the student will demonstrate it, all the steps that how to proceed. But before we proceed, we should know we are requiring m by 20 100 ml. Although here aim is 250 ml, but in the previous video I have told you how to do the calculation for 100 ml. So we are going to prepare m by 20 100 ml. So as you can see, if you require 250 ml, this is the theory which we have already discussed in the previous video. So if you want to prepare 250 ml Mohr salt, you require 4.9 gram Mohr salt to be dissolved. But as I told you, our aim is to prepare for 100 ml. So the molecular mass of Mohr salt is 392. So for preparing m by 1000, or you should say if we want to prepare for 1 liter Mohr salt, we require 392 gram of Mohr salt, but we need 100 ml to be prepared. That too molarity is m20. So that is why we are writing 1 upon 20. If you will solve this, then you will get how much amount of Mohr salt should be dissolved in 100 ml of water. So when you solve it, you will get 1.96 gram. Okay, so it means this much quantity of Mohr salt will be dissolved to get m by 20 100 ml Mohr salt solution. So let us start. So as you can see, Anadi is going to weigh the salt which we have calculated, 1.96 gram Mohr salt. Yes Anadi, you can proceed. So this is the electronic weight balance on which he has kept a filter paper. So Anadi, for m by 20 100 ml, how much Mohr salt you are going to measure?
1.96 gram.
Okay. Why 1.96 gram?
From calculation we have found.
Okay, right. See, in place of filter paper, you can use watch glass also. In previous video, I have already told how to weigh the salt. So Anadi, what is the next step?
We will use the measuring flask to keep all the Mohr salt in that.
Okay. So what he is doing is, he is transferring the Mohr salt in this measuring cylinder. Okay. So as you can see, 1.96 gram Mohr salt he has transferred in this round bottom flask, which is actually called as measuring cylinder for the titration. Now Anadi, what has to be done next?
Now we will take 10 ml of concentrated H2SO4 in a measuring cylinder.
Okay, so what he is doing is, he is taking 10 ml concentrated sulfuric acid in the measuring cylinder. So as you can see, Anadi, are you ready with the 10 ml concentrated acid?
Yes ma'am.
Okay, add it. So Anadi, can you tell why we are not adding directly water?
We are adding concentrated sulfuric acid to prevent the hydrolysis of Mohr salt.
Yes, because if we will add water directly, in presence of water, this Mohr salt will get hydrolyzed. है ना? So to prevent the hydrolysis, we add concentrated sulfuric acid while preparing the solution. So now we will have to prepare the solution as 100 ml. So he is going to add water. See, before adding water, we have to use and add concentrated sulfuric acid for the reason which I have already told you. Okay, so in this measuring flask, how much water you will add, Anadi?
90 ml.
Okay, 90 ml. Why?
Because we have already added 10 ml.
10 ml concentrated sulfuric acid. So as you can see, all the measuring cylinders, they have mark over here. Wherever is the mark in the neck, this mark tells that this is of 100 ml. Although these measuring cylinders are available in different capacities. Like if you have to prepare 250 ml solution, a 250 ml measuring cylinder is also available. But as we are making 100 ml solution, we have taken 100 ml measuring flask. So Anadi, what is this solution called as which you have prepared? Can you tell?
This is 100 ml m by 20 Mohr salt solution.
Okay, very good. Now what are you going to do with this?
Now we will pipette out it 20 ml.
Okay.
And we will add it to the conical flask.
Hello Ansh.
Hello ma'am.
So Ansh has also joined Anadi, and now Ansh will tell you how to pipette out 20 ml Mohr salt from this flask.
Now we will keep this flask at this angle.
Okay.
And the pipette should not touch the bottom of the flask.
Okay.
So now I am doing it.
So as you can see, this is the method or this is the procedure how you pipette out the solution in the pipette. And if you will see, there is a mark on pipette also. So till mark you have to pipette out the solution. So very good, my dear, you have exactly measured 20 ml. Now what are you going to do?
Now I am going to add this in this conical flask.
Transfer. He is transferring the Mohr salt solution in the conical flask. Very good. So as you can see, so Ansh, you have already measured 20 ml Mohr salt and you have kept it in the conical flask. Now what are you doing?
Now I am putting 20 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in
Okay.
conical flask.
Why?
Why? Because this, as we know that it is a redox titration.
Okay.
So a redox reaction has to take place in between KMnO4 and Mohr salt.
Very good.
So to provide an acidic medium, I am going to add this.
Okay. So I hope this point is clear. In this titration, we add 2 times the acid. First, when Anadi was preparing Mohr salt, he has added 10 ml of the concentrated sulfuric acid in this measuring cylinder. Okay. In this measuring flask, he has added 10 ml of concentrated acid in the dry salt. And then he added 90 ml of water. So very firstly, when you have added 10 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid, that was added to prevent the hydrolysis of Mohr salt. Okay, this was the first step when you have added the concentrated acid. And now after this titration, if you will be doing oxalic acid titration, oxalic acid के titration में oxalic acid के salt में यहाँ इस step में concentrated acid use नहीं किया जाता है. ठीक है, तो वहाँ आप सीधे 100 ml पानी मिक्स करते हो oxalic acid में इस measuring cylinder में. ठीक है, लेकिन अंश is pouring 20 ml of dilute acid in this cylinder in which he has already pipette out the Mohr salt. So this solution is how much now? 40 ml. What it is having?
Mohr salt.
20 ml Mohr salt.
20 ml Mohr salt and 20 ml
Dilute sulfuric acid. So second time he has added dilute sulfuric acid. First time in this you have added concentrated sulfuric acid. So in this, when you were preparing Mohr salt, 10 ml dilute acid, no not dilute, concentrated sulfuric acid was added. And when you are doing titration and you have taken 20 ml of Mohr salt, from this you have pipette out and transferred into this. So in this
We have added 20
ml dilute sulfuric acid. Very good. This dilute sulfuric acid is going to provide the acidic medium which is going to happen between KMnO4 and Mohr salt. See, Ansh, what you have done now, you have filled, which solution is this which is filled in this?
KMnO4 solution.
Okay, what is the color of KMnO4?
Pink color.
Pink. It is looking like violet because you know, when we fill it in glass it reflects the color, no? So that is why. But actually the concentration remains more, that is why it looks violet, but actual color is pink. Okay, fine. So he has filled the burette with 50 ml of KMnO4. Now what are you going to do?
Now we will keep the conical flask here
Okay.
and we will.
So Ansh, what we are going to do?
We are now going to start our titration.
Okay, what you are going to do in this?
From the left hand, I am going to open this
Nozzle. Okay.
nozzle, and from my right hand I will stir it.
Okay. So now as you can see, Ansh is going to pour the KMnO4 solution slowly in the Mohr salt which is there in this flask. So what is expected? When you are going to stop running the solution, Ansh?
When we will get light pink color.
Okay. So, yes. Ansh, how much time you are going to run KMnO4 solution?
Until the pink color starts appearing.
Okay.
Means it has appeared, and it is because due to the redox reaction, the titration has reached.
Okay. So you are going to get the reaction complete between KMnO4 and Mohr salt. So this is called as end point. What it is called as? End point. End point is what? It is a question of Viva. End point is the point at which you get this light pink color. Okay, and at this light pink color, what happens? The reaction, which kind of reaction is taking place between Mohr salt? Yes, very good. So in between Mohr salt and KMnO4, redox reaction is complete. Okay, that is why the pink color has appeared. So there is a question to you. As you have got this pink color, you have used only two solutions, KMnO4 and Mohr salt. But in 11th class, when you were doing titration, you were using some of the indicators. Did you use any indicator in this titration?
No, ma'am, because KMnO4 is a self-indicator.
Okay. KMnO4 is a self-indicator, so that is why when the reaction is over, it gives you the pink color. So note down, there is a reaction between what? Your KMnO4, which is a colored solution, and Mohr salt was colorless. है ना? See, this is Mohr salt which you have already prepared. So this is colorless, it looks like water, and KMnO4 is pinkish purplish. Okay. So in this titration, KMnO4 is actually strong oxidizing agent. It is working as a strong oxidizing agent. It's oxidizing agent, it means it is itself getting reduced. Okay. And basically, why it is acting as a strong oxidizing agent? Because you have added concentrated sulfuric acid. So in presence of acid, dilute acid or concentrated, it works as a oxidizing agent. Then what is the purpose of FeSO4? If anything is getting reduced, like KMnO4 is getting reduced, itself जो है acting as a oxidizing agent. So what is the purpose of ferrous sulfate here? Ferrous sulfate is working as a strong reducing agent. वो reducing agent है और खुद क्या हो जाता है? Oxidize होता है. So ये सारी चीजें वाइवा के questions हैं. So Ansh, can you tell me what is the reading which you are getting where your redox reaction is complete?
Reading I am getting is 19.8.
Okay, so 19.8 is the reading he is getting. It means 19.8 ml of KMnO4 is required to get the reaction done between Mohr salt and KMnO4. So this is the titration, and the way you have done this, how many readings you are going to take, Ansh?
3 readings I am going to take, in which the last 2 will be concurrent readings.
Okay.
In which the concurrent reading will be, we will take as X, which will be
in the calculation it was X. So wherever your calculation is there in the book and you find the X, at that place you are going to keep this 19.7. Okay. So as you can see here, the index and the observation table, everything is complete in this file, and he has written his reading as 19.7, and the value he has got 19.7. With this he has done the calculation, and he has got the molarity of KMnO4 as 0.0105, because this X has been substituted as 19.7. And strength, formalize molarity into molar mass. So you are calculating the strength of KMnO4. That is why molar mass of KMnO4 is 158. You multiplied it with its molarity. So you are getting the strength as 1.60. So this is the result. And how to write in file and rest everything I have already prepared a video, so you know about it. I hope the process was clear. Thank you for watching.